It was billed as a relegation battle between St Johnstone and Dundee, and in fairness, there was some relegation level defending, as all 4 goals probably were avoidable. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football for your match review. Yes, decided to do it. Screw it, St Johnstone, Dundee. I want to see what those 2 wee teams have got to offer. Who's going to win? St Johnstone, Dundee. St Johnstone definitely had the worst start to the season. Shambolic in the League Cup. Not good in the league up until their previous outing where they got a great 0-0 draw at Celtic Park. Versus Dundee, a team that I think have bought well in the summer and are coming off an impressive 1-0 win against Hearts. I say impressive because beating Hearts is impressive. The result is impressive. The performance, not so much because Hearts were shite. But anyway, we'll talk about today's game. I thought Dundee should have won, but if you take it from the last 20-15 minutes, it was all St Johnstone. Did they do enough to win based on what happened at the end of the game? Maybe. Did they do enough to get a draw? Maybe. But I think the game should have definitely been out of sight. That is the point that I'm going to make. That's the point I'm going to stick by. So we start the game. I think St Johnstone probably could have got a penalty for their first corner. Robinson from Dundee was all over the guy. He was grabbing him around the neck. He was like tugging him in the 6-yard box. If this happens outside the penalty box, it's a foul every day of the week. But for some reason, Robinson was just ragdolling the St Johnstone player and the referee didn't even look at it. So that was fine. No penalty given. We get a few chances for Tiffany. One was pulled wide, the other one was hit at the goalkeeper. I think Tiffany could have probably worked the keeper a bit better, but he looks to be a decent signing for Dundee. I think he'll do well. And then Bakayoko gets what we thought was the opening goal, but it turns out Tiffany actually beat him to it. He managed to direct it towards goal. Not that it wasn't going in, I think it was going in, but Tiffany was the one that got the last touch on it. He made it 1-0. Pretty poor here for St Johnstone. Just a cross into the box. Bakayoko gets to it first, puts it towards goal, and then Tiffany got the last touch on it. But, I mean, not a well-worked goal here for Dundee. Literally just a cross into the box, and Johnstone didn't deal with it. 1-0. We go in to the half-time interval. Then we come out. Dundee, early corner. It's a good delivery. Lamey heads it home. It's right on the edge of the 6-yard box. And again, Ricky Lamey, should you be allowing this guy to get a clean header, unchallenged header really to the ball? He's not going to miss for here. He puts it in the back of the net, 2-0. And all the goals were like aerial related in this game. In the air, just both teams didn't do enough. Weren't good enough defensively. Should have done better, but here we go. Dundee now leading 2-0. They had more chances. There was a mix-up at the back for St Johnstone. Tiffany's through again. 1-on-1. He's about 8 yards out. He must score. Somehow, Mistov gets a glove on it, forces it out for a corner, and this was the turning point, because if this goes in at 3-0, the game is over. The game is done. St Johnstone are not coming back, but great save for Mistov, and this allowed Saints back into the game. Kane hit the crossbar. Chris Kane smashed it for about 8 yards, 9 yards, 10 yards out. Whacks off the crossbar, goes out for a goal kick. Then in the 82nd minute, it was Carey with a cross. Just a simple cross. Carey crosses it in, back post. Kucheravev is there, and he heads it home. Trevor Carson in the Dundee net is furious with defence. And again, it's just like the 2 St Johnstone goals. Definitely avoidable. It's just a cross into the back post, and Kucheravev is there to get the header on it. Easy, 2-1, and you're thinking, right, well, it's game on now. We got more chances for St Johnstone. Another cross into the box for Carey. This time it was Chris Kane headed it, but it was saved by Trevor Carson. Then we had Brown smash a shot for about 25, 26, 27 yards. Didn't miss by that much. Dundee then hit them on the counter. A late break, just when you thought Dundee were going to go 3-1 up and put the game to bed. Rudin could only hit the side netting. He tried to put it in the near post. Why he didn't go far post, I don't know. It's much easier to curl it round the far post of the keeper than it is to try and slot it in the near post. But he tried to go near post. He dragged the shot right into the side net, and big chance there for Rudin. Didn't take it. And then Kucheravev again with his second goal of the game, the equaliser for St Johnstone. I mean, it was like literally the last kick of the game, and I think it might have been offside, but it's just another ball into the box. Wasn't dealt well with. Dundee won the original header, but they didn't get rid of it. Instead, the header directed the ball towards the back post area. Then St Johnstone got it in across the 6-yard box, and it was Kucheravev who just slid in, poked his leg in from the 6-yard box and got an easy tap in. It was just an easy open goal for Max Kucheravev, and for him, 2 goals in the space of about 14 minutes, made the comeback for St Johnstone, got them the point here. St Johnstone in the last 15-20 minutes definitely did enough, I think, to score 2 goals, but Dundee probably should have been out of sight by that point. So, I mean, overall, I think St Johnstone will be happy to not lose the game after being 2-0 down. I think Dundee would have took a draw coming to McDermott Park today, but considering they were 2-0 up, they will be furious. This will feel like a loss for Dundee, and it probably feels like a win for St Johnstone. So, overall, it did finish 2-2. Was that the fair result? Maybe. I think Dundee just edged it because they were the better team for the majority of the game, but St Johnstone late on did pile on the pressure. They were the better side in the last 20 minutes, and they could have maybe they created enough chances to win it in the last 20 minutes, but like I said, Dundee could have had more than 2 goals as well, so possibly a draw was fair enough. Fuck it, I'll say a draw was fair. Dundee now move into the top 6. They are on 5 points, albeit they could get leapfrogged tomorrow by Aberdeen and Hearts. But right now, I think if you offered Tony Docherty, if you said to Tony Docherty, just leaving Derek McInnes, trying to be the big man, trying to be the main man in charge at Dundee, if you said to him, 4 games into the Cinch Premiership, you will have 5 points. You'll have 1 win, 2 draws and a loss. I think he would have bit your hand off for that. So I think Tony Docherty will be happy. As for Stephen McLean, terrible start to the season. A lot of people predicting St Johnstone will go down. The League Cup run was fucking abysmal. I still can't believe they lost to Stirling Albion 4-0. They lost their opening 2 league games of the season. It wasn't looking good. But since then, they've got a draw at Celtic Park, and they've came from behind at home 2-0 to get a draw. So even though a 2-2 draw against Dundee is nothing to sing about, I think the fact that they came back from a losing position to get a draw shows that this team didn't give up and they were willing to fight to the very end. And those attributes are good attributes to have, especially if you're going to be in a relegation battle. So I think overall, probably a fair result. I think both teams will be reasonably happy enough, and it's a good draw, I think, for both sides. But Dundee will be looking at it thinking, well, at 2-0 up, you should probably win a game, especially when you're against a fellow relegation-threatened side. But this could be a 6-pointer come the end of the season. I don't know. I still think St Johnstone's going down. Have I changed my mind? No, not based on the last couple of weeks. But what I will say is they've got a chance now. I think St Johnstone do have a chance. A few weeks ago, it was looking grim. It was not looking good for them. At least now, I can see a way St Johnstone survive this season. They've got goals in their team, there's no doubt about that, but they do look very shaky at the back. So we'll just have to wait and see, guys. But there you go. It finished here in this relegation battle. St Johnstone 2, Dundee 2. Let me know your thoughts on the game down below. I will catch you in the next one. But of course, that is it from Fog Football. I'll see you later, guys. Till next time. Peace.